company. I know we're a watch company, but I also like talking about firearms, and I want to go over something very important today. And a lot of people avoid doing this, which is going to the gun range because they have gun range anxiety. They haven't been to a range before, and they want to appear like they know how to conduct themselves. So I'm going to go over everything you need to know from A to Z going into the range, from the time you walk into the door to the time you're shooting the firearm. So you're going to need a couple things before you go to the gun range. You're going to need some kind of ear protection and eye protection. What I use for eye protection is literally my glasses that I use for eyesight problems, which are totally fine. Any gun range will accept them. If you don't have eyesight problems, you could use regular goggles or clear glasses that just protect your eyes. For ear protection, you could use either little nubs that you put in your ear or muffs, and these both work great, right? I actually use both. I like to really protect my ears. I already have some bad hearing, so I put in the nubs and then I double up with earmuffs on top of it. Choice is completely yours. Guns are loud, especially when you're indoors. Okay, moving on. So you come into the range, you have your firearm, you have your ammo, you walk up to the range. They're gonna go over the range rules with you. Now there's two rules that are paramount to gun safety at a gun range and pretty much anywhere. Okay, so these two rules are kind of the universal rules of gun safety. And as long as you follow these rules, there will be no accident at the range. First, I'd like to show you the gun is clear. I checked it. There's nothing in the magazine. Okay, so this is a cleared gun. Now, what you want to know is that rule number one is trigger discipline. This is the single most important thing about using a firearm. If my finger is not on the trigger, it cannot shoot. So when you're in the range, the only time your finger should touch this trigger is when you're ready to shoot at the target. At no point other than that, from the point you pick it up to the time you point it at the target, should your finger touch the trigger. Okay, there's no reason before this point for my finger to come onto the trigger. So that's rule number one. Okay, rule number two, which is also super important, is never point the gun anywhere at anything that you don't want to destroy. In the context of a range, it is at your target, which if there was a wall here and a wall here, because I'm in the range, my gun, when it's on the table, is kept pointed down range. When I pick it up, keeping it pointed down range until I turn it, and it is still pointed down range. At no point through this experience do I turn the gun, do I lay it down sideways, and this is a very common thing. I see people rest their guns like this. That could shoot the person beside me. Should always be pointed down range. Those are two rules that are very easy to follow. Gun pointed this way, and you should hammer these into your brain. Gun pointed this way, finger not on the